Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like up. The Forrester mansion is no stranger to drama. But no one could have predicted the inferno that exploded between Ridge Forrester and the eternal enigma of his heart, Brooke Logan. What began as yet another impassioned confrontation spiraled into a blaze of fury, both metaphorical and terrifyingly real. And somewhere in the chaos, Eric Forrester's breath caught, not from shock, but from a tightening grip on life itself. "You want fire, Brooke? I'll give you fire," Ridge had growled, his voice dripping with both desire and venom, as he stared into the eyes of the woman who had haunted him for decades. The line between love and loathing had never been thinner. The confrontation took place in the Forrester Creations design studio, after hours. The mannequins stood as silent witnesses, draped in unfinished gowns and bathed in shadows. Brooke had come to plead, to demand, that Ridge see sense. She wanted him back, she needed him. But Ridge, tired of the loop of forgiveness and betrayal, was done playing the fool. Or so he thought. Brooke, ever the tempest, stood her ground. Her eyes blazed with the kind of passion only Brooke Logan could summon. "Don't you dare walk away from me, Ridge. After everything we've been through, everything we've survived." Ridge turned, his face carved with fury. "We didn't survive, Brooke. We just kept going because we didn't know how to stop. No one knows how it started. A knocked-over candle, perhaps, a forgotten fabric steamer. All that mattered was that within seconds, the velvet curtains ignited. Flames licked the air as if the gods themselves had grown tired of the endless war between these two hearts." Brooke screamed. Ridge froze for a moment, watching the fire reflect in Brooke's eyes. It was beautiful, terrifying, poetic, and then instinct kicked in. He grabbed her, dragging her out of the inferno, shielding her body with his own. Smoke curled around them as they stumbled into the hallway. Alarms blared. Sprinklers finally hissed to life. But the fire between them would never be extinguished by water. Eric Forrester, the patriarch, sat in his study, surrounded by memories, portraits of wives past, sketches of gowns that changed the world, and the ever-present ache of time. He held a letter in his trembling hands. A letter from Donna. She was leaving. "I can't do this anymore, Eric. You're chasing ghosts. I need to be with someone who sees me." The words blurred as Eric's vision swam, his hand clutched at his chest. Pain, sharp, sudden, radiated through him. A gasp escaped his lips. He tried to call out, but the room was silent, save for the ticking of a grandfather clock. As fire threatened to consume Ridge and Brooke across town, another Forrester battled for breath. Back at the studio, paramedics arrived. Brooke was coughing, tears mingling with soot. Ridge refused treatment until he was sure she was okay. He stared at her, smoke still curling in his hair, sweat on his brow. "Because I'd rather burn with you than live without you." The words hung in the air like embers. Brooke's hand found his, trembling but firm. Later, as the dust settled and firefighters dampened the last of the flames, Ridge sat alone on the curb outside Forrester Creations, watching the building smolder. He didn't know yet that his father had collapsed. He didn't know that the real fire was only beginning. It was Hope, arriving unexpectedly, who found Eric. She'd come to discuss a new line she was proposing, something bold, fresh, a celebration of legacy. When she found him slumped in the chair, eyes wide with pain, she screamed for help. The Forrester mansion pulsed with tension, every inch of the palatial estate seemingly aware that secrets were moments away from exploding. The chandeliers sparkled above, swaying slightly as if trembling at the storm that was about to break loose. Brooke Logan Forrester stood at the edge of the terrace, her golden hair catching the California sunset. She was the queen of her world, the eternal phoenix rising from the ashes of scandal, heartbreak, and betrayal. But tonight, even Brooke didn't know if she'd survive the fire. From behind her, Ridge Forrester approached, his gait deliberate, eyes burning. Not with love, not even with anger, but with something primal, something dangerous. "Ridge," Brooke said, not turning around. Her voice was calm, yet quivering with the tension that filled the air. "I know why you're here." She turned slowly, and their eyes met. Years of passion, of betrayal, of forgiveness and vengeance shimmered between them. And yet, something had shifted. This wasn't the Ridge she once knew. This man standing before her, his jaw tight, his eyes wild, was a man broken by truth. "You went too far this time," he said, stepping closer. "Eric trusted you. I trusted you." With one sudden movement, Ridge pulled something from his coat pocket, a sleek silver lighter. He flicked it open with a snap. He didn't answer. Instead, he reached behind her and yanked down the satin cover that draped over a small sculptural installation. One Brooke had commissioned in Eric's name. The sculpture was a twisted abstract flame made of red glass and metal, symbolizing passion eternal. Or so she claimed. In one quick motion, he ignited the lighter and set the edge of the cover aflame. Brooke stepped back in horror as the fire danced, flickered, and licked its way up the sculpture. Smoke curled into the air like a vengeful ghost. But Ridge didn't flinch. "You destroyed everything, Brooke. You manipulated Dad. You drove a wedge between him and Donna, hell, even Quinn, so you could stay the center of the universe." "Eric made his own choices," she shot back. "I never asked for this. He chose me. He always does." Eric Forrester, once regal, now frail, burst through the patio doors. Donna followed, shrieking, "Eric, no. Stay back." Seeing the flames and Ridge's wild stance, he stepped forward. "Ridge, what are you doing?" The heat shimmered between them, distorting the world like a nightmare. Eric tried to shout again, but the smoke caught in his throat. He coughed once, twice, and then fell to his knees, choking. Brooke ran to him, dropping beside him, fanning the smoke with her bare hands. The realization hit him like a freight train. This wasn't just some theatrical outburst. This was real. Eric was struggling to breathe. "Dad," Ridge whispered, falling beside Brooke, guilt crashing over him. "Dad, I didn't mean." Donna grabbed the fire extinguisher, hurling it at Ridge. "You maniac. You could have killed him." Security arrived seconds later, dragging Ridge back. His eyes never left Eric's crumpled form. He was pale now, his chest struggling for breath.